हेलो. ओके, ग्रेट. ठीक है. So here I am. Hello everyone. Good evening. Namaste and salam alaikum people. Hi kids out there. Hello. Hi Asma, Vandana, Khushi, others, Rishi, Ayu. Good evening. Welcome to the session guys. How are you all? How are you all? I thought कि मतलब बहुत सारे बच्चे रहेंगे आज, but then I feel like very few kids have joined in. Students, chalo, you all call up your friends, ask them to join in. Meanwhile, I'll be posting a message over Telegram as well that भाई join कर लो. So कहाँ हैं हम? Over Telegram 9th and 10th. कहाँ गया भाई? Yes, here. So hey guys, we are already live. Do join in to understand the topic sexual reproduction in human beings. It's going to be super interesting session. Join in fast. So yes, I have dropped in the message also, and let me see whether the student head count increases over here or not. And who all are there in the chat panel? Manasvi, Prerna, Vandana, R. Raghavi, Dharunesh, Asma. Hey, hi kids. Hi kids. So good evening, and finally that we have completed sexual reproduction in plants. Now today we are going to understand sexual reproduction in human beings. So guys, if you are super excited to learn about this interesting topic, hit on the like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit on the bell icon so that you are notified about the upcoming sessions. Now guys, before I could begin, I would like to tell you that today I have a guest at my home, and whom you call as Chintu sir. So Chintu sir had some net issues at his place, so he is there at my home. He's taking sessions from the adjacent room, and if you get to hear his voice in the background, and तो थोड़ा सा please be little generous and do cooperate for today's day. Okay. I'll call him in the session, but after some time, because he too is in the middle of the session. Okay. So yep, मुझे लगा कि मेरे ही कान बज रहे हैं. नहीं वंदना, कान नहीं बज रहे, सर एक्चुअली बाहर हैं. We both were in the middle of some task. We were doing some office related work, and we both skipped our meals and we both rushed into our respective sections. Okay, so ठीक है. अच्छा, Aditya Seni is in his session, anyone in my session? Okay, great. So chalo, let's get started, and here we begin. So in the previous session where we completed sexual reproduction in plants, I asked you to answer me a question: what's pollination, and give me the examples of the pollinating agents, biotic as well as abiotic. So Arvind Sami answered it right, and yes, pollination, the transfer of pollen grain from anther to the stigma. I always sing it this way: the transfer of pollen grain, from anther to the stigma, from the anther to the stigma is called as pollination. Okay. So it takes place by two ways: self-pollination, cross-pollination with the help of biotic and abiotic agents, right? So Deepu's lifestyle also answered it correctly, and Jaideep Choel as well. So congratulations kids, and thank you for your appreciation. And chalo, let's finally begin. So today what are we going to talk about? We are going to talk about sexual maturity and changes in the body. Okay, so whenever a baby is born, the baby grows in size, है ना? The height increases, the weight increases. So initially the physical growth of the body is actually at a larger rate, है ना. But then as you complete your childhood and you step into your adolescence, okay, that time certain changes take place in your body. Okay, so there are certain physical changes, there are certain chemical changes which are technically hormonal changes, and then there are certain behavioral changes. Okay, so now from age 11 onwards, okay, 11 to 18 in girls and 11 to 21 in boys, okay, several changes occur in the body. Why? Because over here the physical growth slows down and the sexual maturation of the reproductive organs begin. Okay, for a certain time span you will see that the body, there are specific physical changes all of a sudden in the bodies of females as well as males, in boys as well as girls. But after that primarily it's associated with sexual maturation of the reproductive organs. Okay, so let us talk about all the three changes: physical changes, chemical changes, and the behavioral changes. Okay, now the stage, the phase where the reproductive maturity is attained is what we call it as the stage of attaining sexual maturity is called as what? The stage of attaining sexual maturity is called as what? Come on, everyone in the chat panel, do let me know you have studied this in your grade 8. Perfect, Vandana. That's what we call it as puberty. The age of attaining sexual maturity is what we call it as puberty. है ना? So puberty is usually attained when you are a teenager, right? And so guys, let us first talk about the physical changes. Okay, there are changes in terms of appearance. There are changes in terms of the body proportions. There are changes in sensation or how you feel, and there are other characteristics also associated with it. So let's discuss each one of them. Okay, so let us talk about changes in boys and girls. Now the common changes in boys and girls is face becomes oily and one may develop pimples, acne. Yes or no? Yes or no? Face becomes oily and one may develop acne or pimple outbreak, right? है ना? Then second, development of hair in the armpit, uh, in your private parts, that is the pubic hair which we call, है ना? So development of pubic hair is also very common. Okay, and then let's talk about changes which we specifically see in boys and then we move on to girls. Okay, now boys में the shoulder broadens, है ना? Muscles begin to grow. Boys become more and more muscular, है ना? Chest also becomes a bit broader. Okay, and besides that, बच्चों, the sex organs they begin to develop. So there are lot many changes associated with your private parts. Okay, and of course, how can I forget growth of facial hair in the form of mustache and beard. So guys, as I told that this phase is really a long phase in boys from 11 to 21 years of age. That's a big gap, right? So some boys may experience the spotting of mustache and beard right maybe from grade 8 or 9, but some boys will experience ki when they go to grade 11 or 12, at that point of time they see the facial hair growth appearing. So chill, even if it's early, no worries, even if it's late, no worry, because the span is really huge. So boys attain sexual maturity between 11 to 21. So the changes are going to be slow, steady and gradual. It will appear. Okay? ठीक है? हाँ. Yes, Ananya Dutt Sharma sir in my classroom, OP. Okay? And now, बच्चों, So we have discussed all about the physical changes in boys, okay, and in both the sexes. It should not be gender, in both the sexes. Okay. Now let's talk about the girls. Now we see that the hip area widens. It becomes pear shaped. Okay. The mammary glands. So sorry. The mammary glands develop. The breast begin to appear fuller. Okay. Then again development of the sex organs begin. Okay, so there are certain changes related to ovaries, then there are certain hormonal changes. We'll be discussing all of those. Okay, and when we talk about voice, okay, so there is no like change in voice when it comes to girls. Okay, but when it comes to boys, of course there is change in the voice. What is that change in the voice? Voice becomes hoarse or deepened, है ना? What we call it as, let me write hoarse voice, है ना? Deep voice. Okay, girls don't experience that kind of change in the voice. So yes, we see a lot of changes in boys. Yes. Ananya, student of AKR sir. Wow, Shrill. So boys, may we see this change, just like Amitabh Bachchan, he has got such a strong, deep voice. खुश तो बहुत हो गई तुम, है ना? Girls don't experience this kind of voice change. In boys, we get to see, right? So these are certain physical changes in boys and girls, है ना? In boys, we see the enlarged thyroid gland, and that's the reason why ऐसा Adam's apple we get to see. Girls में we can't spot that. Boys में we can easily spot, है ना? अभी अनन्या सर मेरे बाजू में बैठे रहते तो हम दोनों अपनी गर्दन दिखाते, देखो हमारी गर्दन देखो, है ना? But yes, these are the physical changes. Now guys, physical changes are of course triggered by certain chemicals. Now which are these chemicals? These chemicals are nothing but hormones. Okay, hormones. Now hormones trigger secondary sexual characters. I repeat, hormones trigger secondary sexual characters. Shall I write here? Secondary sexual characters. Okay. Now, what are primary sexual characters? The private parts, the sex organs which you are born with. But as you attain puberty, there are certain several changes that are taking place in your body, the ones which we discussed. So all these are the secondary sexual characteristics. These secondary sexual characteristics are triggered by certain hormones. So in males, the hormone is only one, and that hormone is testosterone. Very important. Okay. Now when it comes to females, there's estrogen, which triggers the secondary sexual characters, the development of secondary sexual characters in girls. Okay, okay, ठीक है? या सर की क्लास में आऊँ, जरूर आऊँगी, वाईटी खत्म होने तो मैं आ जाऊँगी. Okay, then I told you that reproduction is all about the fusion of gametes, fertilization and zygote formation. But then the puberty is associated with physical changes, chemical changes, but also behavioral changes, which is not being highlighted over here. So I would like to add one slide. Okay, add one slide here. इसके बाद आजा भाई, आजा. Yeah. So guys, when we talk about puberty, physical changes, hormonal changes, and the third one is behavioral changes. Now when we talk about behavioral changes, students, you must have experienced that काफ़ी मूड स्विंग्स होते हैं, काफ़ी मूड स्विंग्स. मतलब At one point of time you feel, oh, I'm damn hungry, I want to eat something. When your mama brings in rice, you say, mama, this is going to be too heavy, I don't want to eat rice. Acha. So then mama goes in and brings some snacks, maybe chips and all. Mama, this is too oily, I don't want to eat this. And then mama says, beta kya khana hai? मम्मा मेरे को ना बाहर का कुछ चटपटा खाना है. एंड when she brings bhajia, samosa or sandwich, maybe you will say, नहीं मम्मा पिज़्ज़ा खाना है. And when finally she gets convinced, okay ठीक है, now I'll order a pizza, and then you are like, no मम्मा मैं सो जाता हूँ, मेरे को कुछ नहीं खाने का, हटाओ, है ना. And even girls, which dress shall I wear for my friend's birthday party? Shall I wear jeans and top? Shall I wear this beautiful evening gown? No, that will become too flashy. Shall I wear Punjabi suit? No, but all my friends don't wear that kind of dresses. Leave it here, I won't go only. है ना? So, a lot of behavioral changes. And these behavioral changes are not only associated with mood swings, but also attraction. Now, this attraction can be towards anyone. Okay. Now, I will not talk about the. Sir is wearing my jacket, by the way. So, when I talk about attraction, here I talk about one feels attracted towards someone. It can be of the same sex, it can be of the different sex, based on your sexual preference, of course. But yes, one develops attraction. And that attraction can be towards anyone of your age group, younger than you, elder than you, it can be anyone. And let me tell you guys, this is part and parcel of growing up. This is not at all absurd. This is not at all abnormal. Your hormones are currently too high. So many changes are happening in your body, and because of which attraction is a byproduct of it. Okay? Now, what is my advice to you as a teacher, as your friend, as your well-wisher? Don't get carried away with this kind of emotions, because your hormones are currently too high. Once your hormonal level drops down, this feeling, this attraction will go away, subside, and then the reality will knock in. Okay? So that's the reason why the one thing, one and only thing that you should all get attracted to, and there is no harm in that kind of attraction, and it is of course going to give you amazing results, are your books. Always get attracted to your books, academic books. They will always give you some amazing benefits. Okay? And let me quote an example also over here. You know, testosterone, the hormone responsible for secondary sexual characters in males, currently in all your bodies, in adolescents, okay, boys who are attaining puberty, it is 400 times higher than the adults. मतलब तुम्हारे पेरेंट्स फादर के अंदर जितना टेस्टोस्टेरोन है उससे 400 टाइम्स अप्रोक्सीमेटली ज़्यादा है तुम्हारे बॉडी में. सो इफ दैट्स द लेवल ऑफ डिफरेंस, so this kind of attraction is just a byproduct of it. Hormonal levels will drop down, attraction will subside. Okay? Girls experience mood swings around their periods, right? That is also absolutely normal. Oh, every time I take a YouTube session, my PC का बैटरी drains, man. ये ऐसा क्यों? लेकिन मैंने तो ये चार्जिंग पे लगाया है. एक मिनट, चार्ज हो रहा है क्या? and ओ भाई 12% बैटरी प्लग्ड इन. हाँ ठीक है. And yep, one more thing that happens in girls which has been completely missed out over here, guys. Onset of menstrual cycle. Who is going to talk about that? Periods, है ना? Every month girls experience this repetition of cycle, है ना, menstrual cycle, which we call it as periods as well. And students, especially girls, I would like to highlight over here, when your periods are nearing, you feel very irritable, you don't like going out, or you feel like eating too much, or you feel bloated, you get angry for no reason, you feel like sleeping in your bed continuously. There are so many things which you experience, right? So all these are part and parcel of puberty. And Gaurav Thakur is asking me, मैम मेंटी है क्या? हाँ बेटा मेंटी है, जरूर है. Okay. Anush Zadav is asking me ki why ma'am, why all these things happen around periods. So beta, there is a great fluctuation of hormones, okay, when a girl is nearing her periods, and that's the reason why this PMS, premenstrual syndrome. Okay. Yeah, thank you Ayush. And now that we have covered puberty and adolescence and the changes associated with it, let us move on to reproduction in human beings. Okay, so guys, reproduction involves two steps. One, fertilization. Second, zygote formation. So fertilization means the fusion of the gametes. So we require two gametes, the male gamete and the female gamete. So the male gamete, sperm, that's very tiny but motile, and the female gamete, that is the egg cell or the ovum, that is large but non-motile, right? So when they fuse together, the fusion is what we call it as fertilization, right? After fertilization, what we get is one single cell, okay, by the fusion of the nuclei, which we call it as zygote. And a zygote is diploid. The gametes are haploid, but the zygote is diploid, right? Now, these gametes are formed in the respective reproductive systems, like male gamete in the male reproductive system and the female gamete inside the female reproductive system, right? And beta, today we are going to discuss about the male reproductive system in this session. Okay, now male reproductive system, okay, it is divided into two parts based on the function that it performs. One is the part that produces sperms, and the other one that helps in the transportation of sperms outside the body. But I would actually add something more to it. Okay, so let me insert one more slide. Okay, you will say क्या मैम आप तो बस ऐड ही ऐड किए जा रहे हो, but yes, that's the way I teach. Okay, so if we write about MRS, that is male reproductive system, it is made up of three parts. Three: testis, ducts, and glands. Okay, testis, ducts, and glands. मैम प्लीज सर को जाके बोलो कि वो बहुत जोर से बोल रहा है, थोड़े धीरे से बोले. धनिया बेटा प्लीज फोकस ऑन द क्लास. Okay, that will actually help. Okay, testis, ducts, and glands. Now let us see the function of testis. Now testis performs two functions. Okay, testis helps in the production of sperms, and testis secretes the hormone testosterone. Okay, so let us see testis in detail. So guys, singular testis, this is a testis, these are testis. So is singular, es plural, testis. Okay, so testis is the primary sexual organ. It produces sperms and it also secretes the hormone testosterone. Now, all organs of the male reproductive system are placed within the abdominal cavity. Testes are the only one which are placed outside the abdominal cavity. Why? For the production of sperms. See, for the production of sperms, 2 to 3 degree lesser body temperature is required. So our body temperature is, what's the normal body temperature, average body temperature? Can anyone let me know in the chats? Ayush, Namandeep, Akshat, Anush, chalo tell me, what's the normal body temperature? Namandeep is saying, ma'am, I am this years old and my height is this much. This means that I have not hit puberty yet. No beta, it's not like that. Your body still has the scope to grow till 21. So don't lose faith, don't lose hope. If you still focus enough on your body physical growth, if you ensure that there is ample of nutritious food that you consume, which predominantly contains proteins and calcium, and you exercise also, and of course genetic plays a main role, but yes, that might help you. Okay. Anush, I'll come on that point. Okay. So yes, our body's temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. So for the production of sperms, 35 degrees Celsius. Okay. Somewhat this much temperature is required. So this much temperature can never be maintained inside the body. So that's the reason why testes are placed outside the abdominal cavity in a sac-like structure. In a sac-like structure, and this sac is what we call it as scrotum. Okay, okay. Now scrotum is a sac. It actually sags during summer when the body temperature increases due to heat. So it sags to keep the testis away. But during winters, when the temperature is cool enough outside, it shrinks to bring the testicles closer to the body so that it can remain close to the body and become warm and maintain that ideal temperature for the production of sperms. Okay, so since the males hit puberty, sperms are produced within the testis from puberty till death. Okay, unlimited stock of sperms. So sperms are being produced, they are being released. Sperms are being produced, they are being released. Okay, ठीक है, चलो. And then now I told you it has two functions to perform. One, it helps in the formation of sperms. Sperms are born in the testis. And second, it produces the hormone testosterone. And testosterone, of course, required for the production of sperms. But at the same time, it is responsible for the development of secondary sexual characters in males. Okay? ठीक है? Chalo. Yes, Ananya. Beta, I'll come back to that part. Okay? And your teacher would have asked, beta, Ananya student of AKR sir, your teacher would have asked, ki what is the function of urethra? Okay? We'll talk about that. You might be confused over here. Okay? Chalo. Good evening, Sangyuk. So now, sperms are born in the testis, but they need to develop properly. है ना? So the development and the storage of sperms takes place outside of the testis. So outside of the testis, okay, suppose this is the testis. Now outside of the testis, there is a 6 meter supercoiled tube. Supercoiled tube. Can you see this 6 meter supercoiled tube? This is what we call it as epididymis. Epi means above and didymos means testis. So above the testis, a cap-like long 6 meter tube, supercoiled tube, is called as epididymis. So what is the function of epididymis? Epididymis helps in the storage and maturation of sperms. Okay? So if I draw sperms over here, the sperms are born in the testis, then they go in the epididymis. From the epididymis, they move to this tube. Okay, can you see this tube? Okay, this tube goes right up, okay, and it transforms. Can you see this long tube? It transforms into a long tube that takes the sperms upwards, and this tube is what we call it as vas deferens. Okay, this is called as vas deferens. Okay, vas deferens. So vas deferens carry the sperm outside of the epididymis. Okay, and then this vasa deferens, it goes and connects to another tube. Which is that tube, you know? That tube is what we call it as urethra. Okay, so if you see over here, the urethra runs through the length of the penis. Vasa deferens connects to the urethra. So yes, urethra is the common passage for the expulsion of sperms as well as urine. Okay, so if we see the journey of sperms, the journey of sperms is, okay, let me write, the journey of sperms is testis to epididymis to vasa deferens, okay, and from vasa deferens it goes to the urethra. Okay, now in between them, okay, vasa deferens, like यहाँ पे नहीं, मैं ये इरेज ही कर देती हूँ. ओके, vasa deferens to urethra. Now in between them some glands fall. Okay, in between them some glands are present. Now which are those glands? One, there's a pair of seminal vesicles. Then there is a single somewhat heart-shaped prostate gland, and there are one more bulb-like glands called as the Cowper's gland or the bulbourethral gland. Okay, we'll talk about each one of them. Okay, so if you permit me, I will extend this session little. Okay, and I would like to draw. Okay, so here, okay, let's draw testis, testis, okay, present in the sac-like structure, scrotum. Okay, this one says look at my hairstyle, that's the epididymis. This one also says look at my hairstyle, that's the epididymis. From the epididymis the vas deferens comes out. Okay, it travels upward, it travels upward. Okay, now here in the center let's draw that there is urinary bladder, and urinary bladder has ureters, and then this is the eraser, and then there is this urethra. Okay, this is the urethra. Okay, and now the epididymis, it loops over the ureters and then it connects the urethra. Okay, it loops over the ureters and then it connects the urethra. Got that? Got that? Now here if I draw, there's the penis. Okay, there's the penis. So guys, it's very difficult to draw with the help of vacuum. Okay, now here I would like to talk about the glands. Okay, so the first over here, like balloons, these are the seminal vesicles. Okay, now what's the function of seminal vesicle? The function of seminal vesicle is to produce seminal fluid, the fluid inside which the sperms can swim. See, if I ask you, do you know to swim? You will say, yes, I know how to swim. But will you be able to swim in an empty swimming pool? You won't say, no ma'am, that's rubbish. Similarly, the sperms are stored and developed within the epididymis, but they are pushed upwards by peristaltic movements. Okay. Now, in order to swim, they require a fluid, and that fluid is being added by seminal vesicles. Okay. Besides that, it also adds fructose, a sugar which is required for the sperms to swim. See, our entire body requires glucose, but sperms require fructose. Okay. So remember, FF, it produces fluid, it adds fructose. Okay. Then over here, an inverted heart-shaped gland is also present, and that's what we call it as prostate gland. One single gland Prostate gland. Now, what's the function of prostate gland? Prostate gland adds some important secretions to the seminal fluid so that it not only nourishes the sperms but it also protects the sperms after ejaculation. See, the female reproductive tract is acidic. Sperms can't sustain that, and hence prostate gland adds in certain secretions which helps to neutralize the acidic traces of urine not only present in the urethra but it also supports the survival of sperms in the female reproductive tract. Okay, now the third one, like the bulbs over here 1 and 2, okay, small glands are present. These are called as the bulbourethral glands, okay, or also known as the Cowper's glands. Okay, now what's the function of Cowper's gland? It secretes certain slippery fluid which actually helps in frictionless penetration of the penis into the female reproductive tract during sexual intercourse. Okay, now the mixture of these three glands, mixture of the secretions of these three glands, seminal vesicles, prostate gland and Cowper's gland, along with the sperms is called as semen. Semen. So semen is a sea of sperms, okay, in which of course sperms are present, millions of sperms are present, along with the secretions of three accessory glands. Okay, ठीक है. Hi Nahar, hello Gaurav. So I hope like this part is very clear. So if I go back to ducts, there are 3: seminal vesicles, prostate gland and the Cowper's gland. ठीक है. Yep. अरे मैंने तो गलती कर दी. Oh, I can't even erase this. Glands. And now over here let us write ducts. So which were the ducts? Guys? Chalo, you all tell me which were the ducts? Epididymis. Then बेटा fragmentation watch में previous sessions बेटा, या फिर you can leave a reply in the comment section, I'll answer back. Okay, then vas deferens, perfect Sahil. Then the next urethra runs through the length of the penis. It serves as a common passage for expulsion of sperms as well as urine. Okay, beta Sahil, there are so many others as well. Okay, testis, retetestis, vasa efferens, epididymis, vasa deferens, and then ejaculatory duct, then the urethra. But your CBSE doesn't have the mention of all these parts, and hence I have kept it very simple. Okay, the less and the focus that we study, it will be more helpful and useful for us to gain marks. Okay, cool. So yep, that was all about the male reproductive system. So glands add their secretions and helps in the easier transport of the sperms, and not only it helps in transport but also provides nutrition and energy for the sperms. Okay, and it's mentioned vasa deferens unites with the tube. Which is the tube? Urethra, that comes out of the urinary bladder. Therefore urethra is a common passage for sperms as well as urine. Very important, this point. Okay, now let's talk about the sperm. Sperm has 3 parts: head, midpiece and tail. Head, midpiece and tail. So the head part contains nucleus. It contains the genetic material. Undo. Okay, it contains the genetic material. Okay, now the mid piece, it contains mitochondria. Now there is a whip-like tail which helps in moving in the upward direction. We can't say swim. Sperms never swim. They use their tail, okay, flagellar tail, to move upwards. Okay, they swirl upwards. They never swim. Okay, they never swim. They swirl. Okay, okay. And now the nucleus present in the head region fuses with the nucleus of the egg cell, and thus fertilization takes place. Now during fertilization, only the head region manages to penetrate within the egg. Rest all remains outside. Okay, ठीक है? Yep. So guys, I hope like whatever we have studied today, it's crystal clear. Don't go anywhere, because yes, we have super amazing, interesting mentee for you all. Okay, कहीं भी जाने का नहीं है. And this reminds me कि बच्चों, you all are 10th graders, right? January तो आज खत्म. We have only 1 month, and that's February. 28 days, right? It's expected that CBSE will conduct its examination in the month of March. It would be great if the date is pushed to April. But let's be prepared for the worst. Okay? Let's be prepared for the worst. Let's assume that if the boards conduct examination in March, we will be having practical examinations, we'll be having mock boards, and then we'll be having our actual boards. Will you get time to study in the month of March? Tell me honest answer, yes or no. Will you get time to study in the month of March? Bolo, bolo, bolo. No, right? So when you actually have no time for preparation, you have just 28 days in your hands. Okay, 3 days here and there. Let's assume 30 days. Okay, 1 month. Now it is either you make productive utilization of this month of February, or you lose your entire second opportunity, that is your term 2. Choice is yours. Now, if you haven't yet started with your term 2 preparation, if you're not doing your regular studies, routine studies, it's high time that you open your eyes. Happy realization should happen at this time, and you should start studying right now. Okay? Now, how Vedantu can help you in this? Take our 1 month subscription. 1 month subscription. Now, why I'm asking you to take only 1 month subscription? Beta, in this 1 month, you have 6 subjects. Physics, Chem, Bio, English, Maths, SS. Now, every subject will have barely 2 or 3 chapters. Nothing more than that. Right? Nothing more than that. Now, for this 6 subjects, I'll tell you, you enroll with Vedantu and you attain 4 sessions every day. 4 sessions per day. Okay? Now, if you attend 4 sessions every day, so 30 days into 4. How many sessions will you be able to attend? How many sessions will you be able to attend? बताओ जल्दी. बताओ जल्दी. जल्दी बताओ. 120? Yes. So in this 120 sessions, if you are able to prepare for 6 subjects, that's Super fab. Now, the preparation is not only simple preparation. The preparation is not going to be a simple preparation. We will cover your entire syllabus. There will be revision. Okay. There will be practice tests and assignments for you all. Okay. And you get the opportunity to study from the best faculty of the country. Best faculty. And what's my coupon code? Beta, Harshit Dayal, my coupon code is MAK, MAC Pro, PRO, MAC Pro. You apply my coupon code. I say just try 1 month subscription and properly utilize, effectively utilize your month of February. You will get additional 10% discount. Additional 10% discount. Chalo, let me take you to the website and I'll show you. Okay, give me a moment. So, कहाँ थी मैं? यहाँ थी. So, कहाँ पे है लिंक यूट्यूब की? अरे अरे अरे. So now, this is the session that I am conducting. है ना? So, if I scroll it further down, okay, you can see that there are so many links. So many links. So here, you go to CBSE term to full syllabus. Click on that. Okay. If you are from grade 10, awesome. If you are belonging to grade 9 or any other grade, you simply can change it. Okay. I will like keep grade 10 only. Okay. And then there are two options to choose from, Pro Light and Pro Classic. Light is more than enough, guys. More than enough. Now, if you are willing to study with Vedantu for the month of February and March, 4,000 is not a big, huge amount, right? It's not a huge amount. And chacha, मैं तो पूरी तरह से भूल ही गई, पूरी तरह से भूल गई. Today is the last day for our Vedantu's EdTech sale. EdTech sale है हमारा, EdTech Fest चालू है. Okay, not sale, EdTech Fest चालू है, where you get all the courses at 50% off. Wow, ये तो मैं भूल ही गई थी. So बच्चा, a course that's available at 7,500, what is the last day to enroll for rupee 4,000, means 2,000 per month. And if you want to attend for 1 month, the strategy which I told you, okay, try out a 15 days trial at 650. You will say, ma'am, 650 में 15 दिन नहीं बेटा. When you apply my coupon code, that is Mac Pro, you get 650 पे additional 15 days extra. मतलब 15 plus 15, 30. So 30 days subscription at rupees 650 is not bad at all, right? It's a great deal, है ना? So how many of you are going to enroll? How many of you are going to enroll? See, the benefit of MAK PRO. At 650, you get 1 month subscription. Okay. And now it's time for us to play Menti. Okay, Menti खेले? कहाँ गया Menti? And chalo. Come on, join in. 98321941. 98321941. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. So Sahil, my coupon code is MAKPRO, Mac Pro. Kalanithi, my coupon code is MAKPRO, Mac Pro. Prince, acha, this code 98321941. Beta, go to menti.com. Go to menti.com and put this code. Okay. Chalo. By the way, if you are enjoying the session, if you're finding this session to be useful, if you're getting some information outside of your textbook, लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है ना. अच्छा नहीं लगा ना तो ठोक दो डिसलाइक. बट इफ यू रियली फाउंड द सेशन टू बी यूजफुल, हिट ऑन द लाइक बटन, सब्सक्राइब टू आवर चैनल एंड हिट ऑन द बेल आइकन. ओके, चलो जल्दी जल्दी जल्दी. I have another session also. Come on, here we go. Shall we start? On your marks, get set, go. Okay, here we go. Which is a passage for both sperms as well as urine? Epididymis, urethra, vasa deferens, testis. Hi Kalanidhi, you are very proud and I am very happy that you are in my session. Come on, come on, come on. Chalo, I can see 13 kids and 24 kids on the chat. So I will request all the 24 kids to join the Menti fast. Chalo, time up. So urethra is the answer. Yes, urethra is the common passage for the expulsion of sperms as well as urine. Okay? Haan. Chalo. Then leaderboard. Points are being added. Zaid wants homework question. Yes, homework question at the end, my bacha. Okay. So Agent X9, Vandana, Millie, Ritika, Zaid, Homer, Hustler, Puffy, Ted, Ritu. Congratulations. And see, Ritu beta, high hopes, है ना. चलो आगे बढ़े. Question number 2 flashing on your screens now. Okay. Since the formation of sperms requires temperature below the body temperature, testes lie in scrotal sac. More water intake is advised for mature males. Scrotal sacs are between thighs. Sperm ducts open in urethra. OMG. Chalo, 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 chalo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get on the dance floor. Nahin. Hit on the Menti. 3 तेजस्वी लोग हैं जो बोलते पानी पियो. अद्भुत, अद्वितीय. क्या कहें? स्लो क्लैप्स. मतलब आई फील लाइक एग्जिटिंग. तेरी नजर अशरफी. So testes lie in the scrotal sac, so that the scrotal sac can sag and take the testicles away, or it can shrink and bring the testicles closer to the body depending upon the external temperature. Okay. And let's proceed further. अरे मैंने सिर्फ चेयर हिलाई ना, ऐसे भी करना चाहिए. तेरी नजर अशरफी. So Siddhesh, Zaid, Vandana, Sahil, Priyal, Ritika, Puffy, Shruti, Darknet ka devil, Sumbul Ali. Congratulations. And here we proceed to the third one. Okay, Kalanithi, no worries. If you're not in the leaderboard, nothing to get disheartened. Apna time aayega. Okay, so the third question flashing on your screens now. The part of the MRS, male reproductive system, which produces seminal fluid for swimming. Bulbourethral, prostate, vasa deferens, seminal vesicles. Kalaniti, you think you haven't joined. So are you able to answer? Are you able to see the question on your phone? Come on, come on, come on. So 10 students have answered it right, and yes, seminal vesicles, they produce the fluid. They add fructose to the semen. Okay, prostate gland, it adds essential fluids to the seminal fluid which helps in the nourishment and the sustenance of the sperms. Okay, and the bulbourethral gland, it secretes lubricating fluid. Okay, so yeah, chalo, proceeding further. Mm, so Zaid, Vandana, Ritika, Priya, Sahil Sinha loves hard work. Siddhesh, Sumbul, Elsa, wow, nice Elsa. Ananya, Babu, not getting married. मरिड होता है या मैरिड होता है? श्रुति, अरे क्यों बेचारे मेरे प्यारे से मासूम से नन्हे से बैचलर से पड़ोसी को हलाल करने के पीछे पड़े? अच्छा नहीं लगता है क्या? गुड ना, ही इज सिंगल एंड नॉट रेडी टू मिंगल, एंजॉयिंग हिज लाइफ टू द फुलेस्ट. बुलाओ क्या? ओ पड़ोसी, स्टूडेंट्स आर आस्किंग अनन्या बाबू नॉट गेटिंग मरीड. थोड़ा नीचे आओ तो स्क्रीन में आ जाओगे.
अच्छा मैं हाँ, आप अब तक हो?
हाँ हाँ, लाइव गोइंग ऑन.
उनको बोला अभी मैं आने वाला सवा 6 बजे.
लाइव पे डाल, मतलब फुल स्क्रीन कर रही हूँ मैं. देखो बच्चों देखो, सर को देखो.
अनन्या बाबू नॉट
मरीड. मरी नहीं कर. सर एंजॉयज ईटिंग फाफड़ा जलेबी एंड
मैं तो पूरा लेक्चर में उनको मालूम है, लेक्चर होते रहता हूं मैं.
चलो
बाय बाय गाइस, थैंक यू बाय बाय मैम.
बाय बाय. भाग रहे हो?
मैं आप ना.
हाँ ओके. हाँ चलो, आगे ठीक है. नाउ मूविंग अहेड विद द नेक्स्ट वन. ठीक है. Next, fourth one, flashing on your screens now. सर ने जैकेट क्यों उतार दी? एक गाना याद आ रहा है जो मैं सिर्फ सर को सुना सकती हूँ. The part of male reproductive system which produces testosterone and sperm. Come on. Come on guys, come on. Which produces both testosterone and sperm. Of course, testis. भाई प्रोस्टेट ग्लैंड में स्पर्म कैसा बनेगा? मतलब जिधर मन चाहे उधर कुछ भी बनेगा क्या? ऐसा मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट चेंज नहीं होता है बेटा. नहीं, ग्लैंड होता है, टेस्टिस होता है. ओके, सेशन में नहीं आया, अरे बेटा मैं लाइव सेशन कैसे छोड़ दूँ? मूविंग अहेड. ओके, मूविंग अहेड. हाँ, तेजस्वी नहीं, अद्वितीय लोग अगेन. So Ritika Patil, Vandana, Sahil, Priya, Zaid, Ananya, Babu, Elsa, Sumbul, Siddha, Shruti, congratulations. And when are you going to take subjective questions? Very soon, Anush. Once I complete the chapter, then I'll be having a subjective session. Okay. Fifth question, flashing on your screens. Now, the last one. Chalo. And where are sperms produced? अभी पिछले ही सवाल का ब्रेकअप. ये गलत दिया ना, ये तो मतलब मैं तो भाई ये सैनिटाइजर नहीं, बैड ऑप्शन. ये बाम सर पे लगा लूंगी. गलत जवाब नहीं देना. वेयर आर स्पर्म्स प्रोड्यूस्ड? अरे vasa deferens, urethra, seminiferous tubules and epididymis. Can anyone tell me where are the seminiferous tubules present? Because this is not there in the textbook. So inside the testis there are these tubes where the sperms are being produced. These are called as seminiferous tubules. Okay. एनोनिमस सिंह बाम लगा, बाम लगाया, बाम लगाया, बट थोड़ी गलती ना है बेटा, थोड़ी गलती ना है, बिकॉज दिस इज आउट ऑफ सिलेबस. आई थॉट देयर वुड बी एन ऑप्शन टेस्टिस, बट ठीक है, कोई ना, कोई ना, ठीक है, इट्स ओके. बड़े बड़े देशों में से छोटी छोटी बातें होती रहती है. सो लेट अस सी, लेट अस सी. रितिका, वंदना, साहिल, नहीं नहीं नहीं, points are being added. So Sahil is the winner. Congratulations, Sahil. Congratulations. You are my official Chintu Candy for the day. And without wasting any further time, let me give you the homework question. Okay. And फिर हम तुमको अलविदा कहेंगे. Okay. याद रखना बच्चों कि आज का जो दिन है ये लास्ट डे है आपको रिपब्लिक डे एड फेस्ट का. हाँ देखो, पड़ोसी का कोड चिपकाओ, इसको लगा डाला तो लाइव झिंगा लाला. एंड या फिर मैक प्रो भी चिपका सकते हो, ठीक है. हाँ एडी प्रो या मैक प्रो, बस दोनों का भेलपुरी ना कर देना, नहीं तो दोनों को कुछ मतलब नहीं आएगा. एंड होमवर्क, आओ होमवर्क, एक्सप्लेन द changes that occur during puberty in males. Okay, ठीक है. So yeah, that's it guys. Let me know your answers in the comment section and reach out to me via my mail ID or even through the comment section. And don't forget to apply my coupon code to avail flat 50% discount up to ₹2000. And AD Pro भी चिपका सकते हो भाई. And let's meet in the next session. Till then, Allah Hafiz. मिलो वापस. Yes Sahil, I will, I promise. And keep watching Vedantu. Bye bye. हाँ सर खड़े हैं ना, खड़क सिंह के खड़कने से खड़कती है. सर 15 मिनट में लाइव आ रहे. बाय बाय बाय.